Hi there folks, time for my last review of March, and this one's a Mastertronic release from 1988 called Scout. Let's check Scout out. Pretty decent front cover on this one. Like the logo, nice sort of metallic sheen, very space age, and presumably this is the Scout, which looks like a kind of little landing module or something along those lines. And there's also some kind of spaceship which resembles Thunderbird 2 at the bottom there, and a nice background alien planet style with blue mountains and a big sun. So yeah, not too bad. The spine's just got the logo on, as you'd expect. Don't even know why I bother doing the spines anymore, it's pretty obvious what's going to be on there. And on the back we've got some screenshots which makes it look like a scrolling shooter, or at least some kind of shoot 'em up with a lot of bullets flying around on them. And a bit of blurb: stuck in your Scout with the spaceship scattered into the four winds, well, the 8 planets in fact. Between you and the wreckage there are all these nasty aliens. So basically you've got to shoot the aliens and gather up pieces of a spaceship to head home, it would appear. 8 different planets to explore, extra weapons and loads of aliens to blast. Sounds pretty cool. Inside we've got a blurb, a bit more backstory about the game, usual sort of stuff, and pretty much just an expansion on what was on the back cover. So you are in a little Scout module and your spaceship's fallen to pieces and you've got to collect the pieces of it, and there's various other problems to deal with, aliens, and you can't fall into the sea, it seems, on these levels. And that's pretty much all backstory, and then controls is just one line: joystick import to only, and the load instructions, and pretty short and sweet for this one because there's nothing much else inside. So here's the title screen. Hopefully you noticed that cool little Mastertronic logo that just came up before this screen came up. As you can see, it's got a high score table there. It's also got the credits, design team, and also the music is by Jero and Tell, Maniacs of Noise as he was better known as at that point. So that's pretty much it for the title screen. Let's get on with the game. I'll warn you now, this game I've played probably about 25 goes of it now in the space of about 15 minutes. It's rock hard, and it's caused more swearing than any other game I've ever played in my life, I think. I'll try and keep the language clean. But anyway, let's get it started. So, there goes one life straight away. You know, when you start a game with 8 lives, it's going to be pretty tricky. What we've got here is a scrolling shoot-'em-up combined with a platformer, or as you might rather call it nowadays, if you're an iPhone or Android phone user, you might call it an infinite runner, because you just keep going, scrolling from left to right along these platforms. There's no way to stop it, and you've got to jump over these little gaps to stop yourself falling in the sea. If you crash into the side of a platform, you die. If you hit any of the enemies, you die. Luckily you can hold the fire button down all the way through the game and it carries on firing, because otherwise you'd be in real trouble, I think. So yeah, it's basically keep trundling along in your little Scout, trying to avoid everything, and get to the end of the level, which gives you the first part of the spaceship. And there are 8 levels, but I'll tell you now, you're never going to see them. If anyone's ever completed this game, I'd love to meet them, because they must have the reactions of a superhero. It's just so ridiculously hard. So as you can see, the graphics are quite nice. You've got that sort of metallic style, which was used on games like Armalite and Cybernoid to great effect. The music's awesome, by Jero and Tell, as I mentioned. The problem is sometimes you have to jump, but you haven't killed an enemy, so you just hit the enemies all the time. It is just ridiculously hard, as I said. And sometimes the collision detection is bad on the platforms as well, so you'll land on the edge of a platform which seems perfectly valid and you'll die anyway because it thinks you've fallen in. Same, sometimes you'll shoot an enemy, I'm sure you'll see it, shoot an enemy and then jump into its explosion, and its explosion will kill you. Oh, see, I don't know what happened then. I tried to jump off there and just fell in the water and died. The worst part of the game is undoubtedly that every time you die it sends you right back to the start, so you've got to get it right first time, otherwise it's right back to the start, and I've done the same thing again there, and I don't know why. So that's it in summary. I could end the review here, but I will try and play through again. Oh yeah, I should mention the high score table I suppose, which is quite cool. It's got a Defender logo like game over at the top there, and lots of little scouts going bouncing across the screen. And then your typical arcade style score entry thingamabob. So in my 25 or so goes so far, I've got to level 2 woods. I'm going to try and do it again. There's that Mastertronic logo I was mentioning. Pretty nicely done. Very nicely presented game, there's no doubt about that. It's just a shame someone didn't have a look at the gameplay and say, hang on, this is just completely cruel. So let's give it another go anyway, because I am a glutton for punishment. And finally, after God knows how many attempts, I've got to the next level. So at the end of the level you are told that you've rescued one piece of your ship and you're given a bonus. A very big bonus. And then you start the second level, which is more of the same except even more difficult, and also it's blue instead of green. And the colour of the ship's changed colour as well actually. So yeah, it's more of the same, more things to avoid, more things to crash into, more to the point. There are some power-ups to be collected in the game apparently. I've not seen any evidence of those whatsoever in the game so far. Oh, see, I don't know what happened there. I thought I was jumping over that perfectly fine there. It seems to be reusing the scout sprite here coming towards you as well, which is a bit cheap. So yeah, basically the best way I can describe this game is if you've got sadomasochistic tendencies but want something to do while listening to the great music, then by all means play it. If you fit that description, then it's probably worth £1.99, and otherwise I suggest you would be tearing your hair out pretty quickly if you were to try and persevere with completing this game. Like I say, if anyone's managed to complete it out there, then please do send me a video. I'd love to put that up on the site because I just don't think it's even possible. So I've got a couple of lives left. It's a bit of a shame really, because it's a great idea, it's just way too difficult. It's mainly due to the placement of the enemies. Sometimes it's just impossible to shoot them or jump over them, and you just crash straight into them. Making a little bit more progress here. To be honest, I wouldn't know what a power-up looked like if I ran into it. Some of these things could be power-ups and I'm just shooting them instead of collecting them, although that's not normal. Oh, hey, look at this, I've completed the second level now. Maybe sadomasochistic perseverance is the key. So this is level 3, first time I've seen it. Got, oh my god. I've got a couple of lives left. God almighty, this looks ridiculously hard. Oh god, every one of the jumps is just a massive jump from one thing to the next. It's impossible. it's impossible to make that jump. You must need these wings that you can collect on this level. Oh well, that's all. That's it. It's over. Game over. You've seen enough. I've played enough. If I play any more, I'll probably end up killing myself with rage. So let's leave it there.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.